go home and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.
Welcome to Talkin VAWLS, episode number 125. Post-game Arkansas edition as the Vols bounce back from the first loss of the season to prove an 8-1 on the season, 2-1 in SEC play as they beat the Arkansas Razorbacks 79-74. Hard-fought win in Thompson-Boling Arena. Dauber, this basketball team, this time last week, we were already cutting the nets down, and amazing what a difference in a week can certainly do for sure.
That's right, man. I said this slate of conference play, things were going to get tougher, and we've had some things exposed the last two games, and kind of got into what we saw early in the year, the first two or three games. Shots just not dropping, and what's this team going to do? How are they going to respond when that happens? Seen a little bit of crumbling on defense, and really kind of lacked that one person stepping up and being the guy, and that was one of the things that I thought was going to be a strength of this team, that we didn't really have to have one guy going out doing all the scoring. But you're going to have somebody be the guy that, gives you a bucket when you need it. I
almost wonder if maybe James didn't maybe step into that role tonight. I was really impressed with him the second half.
Well, see, I was going to say Fulky actually kind of woke up tonight. To start the second half, he sparked. I think it was they opened up on a 9-2 run, and I think he had 7 of those points. Early to start the second half, he kind of got this team going, and but when you look back at that stretch run, what was the key to it? The defense. Defense put together, I think, 3 trips down the court with back-to-back stops, tough, grinded out defense, and it led to offense. And that's what they lacked in the Alabama game, and that's what they lacked early on in this Arkansas game. Too much settling for tough contested shots, jumpers, instead of penetrating and driving to the rim. This team's athletic, and they need to take the ball to the hole rather than settle for a 15, 16-foot jump shot, especially when those 15, 16-foot shots aren't falling.
Yeah. Let's hit some of these comments. All the folks that are in the live chat tonight, we appreciate you tuning in with us after Tennessee again beats Arkansas 79-74 to improve to 8-1 on the season. We got Michael Lee with us. Michael's also a member of the channel. Certainly appreciate that, Michael. He simply says GBO. We got Tracy Brown in here with us saying good win, showed improvement, but we can still be a lot better. Go Vols. We got John Baxter, plus 12 second half. When a few threes fall, we are top 10 team. I certainly agree with that. We got our buddy Tim Bradley. He says, woo, Rocky Top, woo. And then we got Lucas Sharp in here, Lucas Sharp 500 in here saying GBO. And we got Michael James saying just simply, hey, guys. We got Lady Lander 3. What a game. Go Vols. Yeah, I was sweating it down there. I'm not going to lie. It was a little bit too close for what I like, for sure. BT Hill's with us again tonight. He says, well, now Tennessee basketball is giving me heart attacks. Exactly, BT, for sure. We got our old buddy Hillbilly Sportsman with us. Win is a win. Got to keep grinding for sure. Yeah, this basketball team will continue to get better. But, I was talking about James. I think that Josiah James, he is the backbone of this basketball team, though. He does so much stuff. I think he's possibly the best rebounder on the team. I trust him, and I think that kid is only going to continue to get better. If he will continue to assert himself on the offensive end of the court, I think that Josiah James can be a superstar for us. I really do. I love the way that he took over there in the second half and really started driving to the basket and making plays for this basketball team. I think but you also got. I know that I was pretty hard on them with their free throw shooting, but the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game, that's what won it for them.
Absolutely,
that definitely was, and I thought it was huge that freshman Keon Johnson. I think that he went 6-0 from free throw line there within the last couple of minutes. So absolutely huge down the stretch, because you've got to be able to hit free throws. I think at one point in time we were about 66%. That's not going to win you many basketball games. Only hitting 66%.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something tonight that goes to prove the type of defense this team plays. But and I said this early in the season, if this team plays good defense, they'll win ball games, even if the offense isn't there. And that's what happened tonight. They're about midway through the second half. You sent me a text and said, "How's this team winning?" Or how are we only up 2 points with the turnover discrepancy? And the turnover discrepancy ended. Arkansas had 20 turnovers. We had 5.
Crazy, man. I mean, crazy.
And how the game was so close is the field goal percentage. If you look at, we were 5 of 18 from 3. Arkansas was 8 of 20. So not much better, but they did hit 3 more threes. And in the first half, they hit a couple of bailout threes, late in the shot clock or off balance. There was that one that was kind of a garbage call. I've seen a couple other plays, watched a little bit of the Gonzaga game the other night, and they had a call go in their favor. The offensive player kicked his leg out to draw the contact, and the announcer's like, "Oh yeah, that's a point of emphasis for the whoever they were playing." It was San Francisco, I believe.
San Francisco, yeah.
And the Arkansas kid tonight leaned in to draw that contact on the one play, and the shot went, and they called. I think it was James on that 3. But I'm kind of like, yeah, if that's a point of emphasis, why was that called when he was the one initiating the contact? But yeah, field goal shooting, we shot 45% from the floor, and Arkansas was 52, almost 53%. So that's,
ended up taking 5 more shots than they did, which to me is still crazy considering the turnover. I mean, 20-5. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's just crazy.
Goes to show you the pressure defense creates those turnovers, and you got to convert. If we would convert it on half of those turnovers, that's a runaway game. Yeah,
for sure. Looks like the Bilbo, Tennessee, saying that his liver hates these close games. Says, dang, he needs another drink. Bilbo, you might want to slow it down there, buddy. Might want to slow it down. We got Erica Bowers. Anyone else notice when Vescovi was benched, we had better rhythm? I don't think that there's any denying that Santiago struggled tonight. What was he? 0 for 4, 0 for 5 for 3-point land. And I mean, like Jimmy Dykes was saying on the telecast, I mean, he was wide open too. I mean, he had, I think, every single game, 9 out of 10 games, Vescovi at least makes three of those. I think it was just really, I mean, it's just off night. I mean, he definitely struggled. He definitely struggles against these very fast and athletic guards. He's just not quick enough.
Yeah, and he got kind of turnover happy in the Alabama game as well, forcing a lot of stuff. we'll go back and kind of touch on that a little bit. The whole team was out of sorts against Alabama. Just the way they came into that game with the game plan to spread the floor, put 5 ball handler shooters out there and stretch the defense, and then try to penetrate. And they got what they wanted, getting Pons in foul trouble, and having a mismatch with Fulkerson really all game, and they just blew right by him. And I think Arkansas, they saw that, and they did a little bit of that as well.
Oh yeah.
So that's my concerns about this team was going into the season and after the first couple of games was we really hadn't been tested in the paint by a true big man. But that's not really my biggest worry now. My biggest worry is if you've got guys with or a team with 4 or 5 really athletic ball handlers that can stretch this team out. Because really that if somebody gets hurt, like we saw Springer tweak his ankle and miss the rest of the Alabama game, you're really hurting with who you can put in there, because some of the other guys deeper down the bench that maybe can guard a little bit, you're giving up offensive prowess, but it just they didn't really have rhythm or a lineup that worked in the matchup against Alabama. Tonight they played a whole lot better defense. So it's good to see. It's still early. This team is growing, and you talk about they played 9 games together as a team. So
yeah, for sure. We got Tayon Washington with us. Tayon, we always see you in here. We appreciate it. And he's simply saying, hey, peeps, smash that like button. Go Talkin VAWLS. Go Big Orange. Yes, certainly. If you haven't already, we certainly appreciate it if you would smash that like button. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, if you'd like to subscribe, we'd certainly appreciate that. You can subscribe. You can also become a member of the channel if it's something you're interested in doing for 99 cents a month.
What does that include?
That includes some emojis. You can get access to some cool Talkin VAWLS emojis. We got our egghead emojis. We got some cool Power T emojis, some basketball emojis, some football emojis. I don't know when we'd ever want to use those. So, but for that, but yeah, certainly if you're interested in that, we certainly appreciate that. We got a couple of super chats here. We certainly appreciate that. We got Dustin Sellers. He left a $5 super chat. He followed that up with 3-ball is killing us on both ends last 2 games. We need a shooter and better defense on drives to the paint. You're exactly right, Dustin. We were absolutely getting killed against Alabama. They were, as Darber was saying, spreading us out, kicking it out wide open. We continue to over pursue, leaving the kick out wide open. I think Bama shot close to 50% on threes. Same with Arkansas here. So definitely with that, and yeah, we're gonna stop the drive for sure. We're gonna have to for sure. We got Bilbo, Tennessee. He's leaving us a $10 super chat. Says he's leaving a beer for JP, one for Dauber, and a small Sprite for Boogie. Well, Boogie's probably already in the bed, so he may have to drink that in the morning. But we certainly appreciate that, Bilbo. Certainly do. And we got Travis Adair. He left us a $5 super chat. I believe Travis must be an Arkansas fan. Says, "Congrats, boys. We got you in football, and you got us in basketball. I'm happier with the football win." Yeah. We certainly appreciate the $5 super chat, Travis. Football team in Knoxville is really not even worth talking about at this point in time. But always enjoy watching Arkansas. Always enjoyed watching Arkansas basketball growing up. Nolan Richardson and all that. So really good program. And I think that that coach at Arkansas has got that Musselman guy. I think he's really, really good. I think that he's going to do some really good things down there for sure.
Yeah, definitely. They came out and played well. They had a good game plan. Like I said, talking about Alabama, Arkansas came in, kind of knew what they wanted to do, and they really first half. I think they were the better team on the court. It just showed, and Tennessee didn't do themselves any favors shooting the ball as poorly as they did.
I think I took a picture of the halftime stats. Arkansas was shooting 57% at half.
Yeah.
Tennessee was 41%. Arkansas was 45% from 3-point line. Tennessee was 20%. And we were only 60% from the free throw line. So probably if it hadn't been for the 11 turnovers that Arkansas had in the first half, that 7-point deficit would have been double digits for sure.
And that's bad when you're playing at home as well. You tend to think you'd shoot a little bit better at home.
Yeah, we got another $5 super chat. Renegade Cheetah 2.0 says, "Go Vols, love show guys. Crazy game tonight. Had a little bit of extra money, so here it is." Well, Renegade Cheetah 2.0, we certainly appreciate the support. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. We greatly appreciate it. We got John Baxter. He became a YouTube member, so he's joined the channel tonight. Signed up for that. We certainly appreciate that, John. Thanks, sir.
You know what else that means? You get the Power T icon beside your name.
That's right. He gets the Power T icon for sure on there. We got another $5 super chat from Mr. Travis Adair. He's back again. He says, some little hearts, 100%. Tennessee is my second team along with LSU is third. Got family in both states. Go Vols when not playing my Hogs. Well, again, Travis, we certainly appreciate that. We love having fans from other teams come on here. Most of the time, everybody's very, very cordial. You know, occasionally we have some trolls that show up, but with that. But Travis, we certainly appreciate that, and best of luck to Arkansas the rest of the season. I'll be cheering them on unless we meet you again, maybe in the SEC tournament or something like that. So with that, but certainly appreciate it, Travis, for sure.
So I know I talked a little bit about the Alabama game. You got any thoughts on it? Or
man, I tell you what, I mean, I was so frustrated with that game because, I mean, you know me, Dauber. I mean, I hate Alabama worse than any other program. It don't matter if they were playing lawn darts. I mean, I can't stand to lose to them. And I mean, it was just. But I mean, you have to give Bama credit. I mean, they came in and they took it to us, and we didn't match their intensity, and we couldn't get shots to fall. But you know, the last 4 or 5 minutes of that game, we finally got about 3 or 4 stops there, but we couldn't. We couldn't do anything.
Every chance.
We couldn't do anything on the offensive end. That was what was so frustrating with it. Is even as poorly as Tennessee played, they had a chance there at the end to steal that game and to pull it out, but we just never could take advantage of the stop. Anytime that we got a stop down there, we couldn't turn it into points.
And especially the second half, anytime we made a run and cut it down, Bama would come right down and hit a three or, just do something. They'd get back-to-back stops. We just couldn't string together stops on defense, and we couldn't build points on offense. It'd be we were trading points.
And Petty, John Petty, he's another one of those kids. He has been down there for 15 years.
He's like Brandon Kennedy on our football team.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, is he still there? I mean, it is crazy. And what the announcers were saying that the game before he got benched because he was struggling. I
think his son's going to be there next year.
Next year, yeah. But whenever they said that he had been struggling and that they didn't start him that last game, I knew right then. I said. This right here is a bad sign because he is going to light us up. He's done that the last couple of years where he's been struggling, but every time he plays Tennessee, he finds his groove. But this basketball team, I don't know what it is. I mean, it's just not this year, but it seems like that this basketball team always has a trouble defending the three. It seems like every team that we play, it doesn't matter that they end up hitting an absolutely just unusual amount of 3-point shots.
I mean, the most recent comes to mind is the SEC tournament against Auburn.
Yeah,
when they just couldn't miss from the 3-point line. Yeah, I don't know, and that's something this season. This particular team, with their length and athleticism, I really thought that the perimeter they'd kind of shut that down, and that's why I said my primary concern defensively was going to be when this team faced a true inside post presence.
Yeah.
But you had said in your in our text back and forth during the game today, this team is over helping sometimes, leaving their man and leaving him open for a uncontested shot, and that's something that I think Barnes has seen on tape and will address. I saw, I think it was James at one point. He came to crash the paint and left his guy out on the three late in the game tonight, and then just stopped and then went back out to the three and let the guy drive on in. And you had Fulkerson and I think Pons came over backside to help. But it's something that I think, like I said, we're just 9 games into this season with this team, a team that had probably 3 practices together on the court as a team leading into the season because of COVID and contact tracing and all of that. So, we're at the point we should be, probably 16 games or so in.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not too worried about it. Like I said earlier in the season, when the team was playing good defense and shots weren't falling, you're just going to have those nights. We've seen Vescovi can go out and, drop 20, but he can come out tonight. And I think he was 0 from the 3-point line. And I think he was one of 4 or something from field goal. So,
yeah, I was going to look up here and see if he actually had anything other than the free throws. He scored 4 points. Yeah, he was 1 of 7 overall.
And Angie brings up a good point right here. How injured is Fulky? Because I saw tonight, I caught him a couple times on the camera grabbing that wrist. And I wonder if his poor performance Saturday against Alabama was maybe due to that wrist
when he fell that other game.
I guess it was a Missouri game because he's been taped up. He fell in the Alabama game and came up holding it and shook it off, but he hasn't really looked at himself until tonight coming out the second half. He got multiple touches in a row right there, spurred that run, that 9-2 run with 7 points, and was taking really good shots. I think he played well against the 7+ footer.
He
had good shots, and
he ended up with 16 points. So 16 points, 8 rebounds, and three assists and 3 blocks. I mean, not a bad night at all for Fulkerson. I don't know what he was trying to do on that dunk, man. I was scared there for sure. I was like, man, he's either messed that knee up or done something to his hamstring or something.
I got a text from my brother-in-law. He was asking if I was watching the game. I said, yeah, of course. He said, I thought Fulkerson, hurt himself pretty bad right there. And I said, well, I couldn't hear the whistle, but I think he went up to dunk and then pulled back.
When he heard the whistle, you think?
When he heard the whistle. And because the announcers said, he got stuffed by the rim. So he didn't even – it's not like he went up to completely just hammer it home. I think maybe that, just that little bit of hearing the whistle, not throwing one down completely, flushing it, sort of, and then he landed awkwardly, and yeah, man, it looked pretty bad. And they said, I guess he maybe went to the trainer, wasn't even in the team huddle in the media timeout, and then comes trotting right back out on the court. He's full of grit, full of everything you want in a player, hustle and heart, and motor. He just doesn't stop. But there's also the negative side of that. And it goes back to, like I said, in the Alabama game, came up wincing, grabbing that wrist, and doesn't want to come out.
Yeah.
Wants to play so much and contribute so much. Is he being a detriment to the team because he's injured?
Yeah.
Because against Alabama, Barnes came out after the game and said, listen, if John Fulkerson isn't going to play better than he did tonight, his minutes are up for grabs.
Yeah.
So
I definitely think that wrist is bothering, but he definitely, you could for sure start at second half. And like you said, he really was the one that got this team back, started back tonight and got them back playing there in the second half, and eventually took the lead and from the 7-point halftime deficit. So definitely he was a lot more aggressive there and was playing much better. So hopefully this will be a springboard for him. And like I said, James, with him being more assertive and everything like that, hopefully that this hard-fought win over Arkansas tonight will be a springboard for this team, and they can get several wins together here going. Got Dustin saying he just wants to thank to the Talkin VAWLS boys. Gives me something to look forward to in these crazy times. Go Big Orange. We appreciate that, Dustin. We appreciate everybody that's on here. We really do. It was crazy. I think last Wednesday night it was after 11, after the Missouri game went off, and we had 84 people in here at midnight, I think it was. So, but yes, we certainly appreciate it, and we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight and hanging out with us, talking some Tennessee basketball.
Hey,
certainly do.
I saw a couple guys talking about looked like the national championship game coming up Monday, and I'll just go ahead and throw out we are going to get together and talk a little football Monday night with Boogie. 7 o'clock, I think, is what we decided. Is that right?
Yeah, probably. Well, maybe around 6:30 or 7. Okay. Yeah, it just depends on what time that I can get home. Hopefully, maybe I can be home about 6:30 so we can go a little bit sooner, since championship game starts at 8, I think.
So that's another good reason to make sure that if you've not, go ahead and hit that like and hit subscribe so you can get the notifications when we go live. You guys have asked for it. We're going to try to get together and even in the off season, do a show maybe once a month or so. Kind of stay up to date on recruiting, football news, that type of stuff. Because I tell you right now, things are just weird. I guess is the best way to put it. But we'll leave it at that. We'll talk a little bit about the national championship game Monday evening before it starts. We'll talk a little bit about everything going on in Knoxville, from Coach Pruitt and his hot seat to the transfer portal and other coaching rumors and humors and everything else. So make sure that you guys come back and join us on Monday night.
Yeah. And I'm sure, I'm sure that if something was to happen between now and Monday night with that football program, something major happened.
We'll be on here.
If somebody gets fired, I would imagine that we'll be going live to decipher all of that craziness and everything. But yeah, it's it's a little crazy right now for sure.
Hey, I'll throw one more thing out there to all you guys. I put a little order in this morning for some stuff I should have sometime next week. We're going to do. I haven't really worked out exactly what we're going to do, but do a couple little special things and try to get you guys some Talkin VAWLS merch. So stay tuned, and we'll let you know as soon as that happens and what it is. So maybe y'all can get your hands on some of that free stuff.
We all like free stuff for sure, don't we? We all do. I pulled up a little bit of information there on Texas A&M. I think that they're 6-2 right now. They're playing South Carolina, I believe, tonight. It's probably going on right now. I'm not sure what that score is, but not really impressed with their schedule, I wouldn't say. They're actually getting beat. Looks like 31-25 to South Carolina right now. Like I said, they're 6-2, but really haven't beat anybody noteworthy. They did beat Auburn their last game 68-66. Got beat by 23 versus LSU, and TCU beat them by 18. They beat Wofford, Southeast Louisiana, UT Rio Grande Valley, never heard of them. Tarleton State, New Orleans, and like I said, Auburn. So not really for sure what to expect with them. I'm not sure what they were preseason ranked in the SEC. Do you know, Dauber?
I don't off the top of my head. And I
did see that they've got a 6'7" forward. I think it's the Emmanuel Miller kid. I think he's averaging over 17 points a game this season. 6'7" forward. So I'd say that Pons will probably be on him, I'd imagine. So, but I didn't see anybody else currently averaging in double digits on the Texas A&M team. Looks like the most points that they've scored this year in all of their games. They had 82 points. Is the most against New Orleans and 81 against UT Rio Grande Valley. They've struggled some to score. Had 69 against Southeast Louisiana, 54 against LSU. Only had 68 in their win versus Auburn. So think that Tennessee would have a pretty decent chance on Saturday to go down to the Texas A&M and get them a win, and then come back next week. Tennessee travels to, I believe it's South Carolina next Tuesday night. South Carolina travels, or Tennessee travels to South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks at 7 p.m. So I'd imagine that Dauber and I will go live Tuesday night immediately after the Tennessee South Carolina game to talk about it, and probably hit on the game this Saturday against Texas A&M. So with that, so we certainly appreciate that. I'm going to try to show our new Vol Hoops shirts that we got. If you all can see those, can you see those?
There we go. JP's new laptop is off and firing up.
We've had a lot of great comments about these Talkin VAWLS basketball shirts. So we got short sleeve, we got them in black, we got them dark gray, stone gray, the heavy metal, we got them in white. We got I really like these classic long sleeve t-shirts. We got those in sport gray, black, the charcoal, navy, which is pretty cool, and white as well. And then of course we got the pullover hoodies in there, black, dark heather, the navy, and the white. Have you bought you any, Dauber?
I got mine. I got in on that first print that I I think it ended yesterday, and due to ship on the 11th. But these are available to purchase at any point. I think once another order goes in, it'll be like a week and a half or something before that set of orders goes to print, and then they'll ship. The same as all of our other. We've got the standard traditional this logo, the cartoon eggheads of Vols, JP, Boogie, and myself. Those are still available. And everybody always talks about and comments on the T-shirts, how soft they are, and the hoodies, how great they are. I'm looking forward to getting mine. I love this sleek and retro Talkin VAWLS basketball logo. So can't wait to get that in.
Sweet. Yeah. It's really nice for sure. If you haven't, please go ahead and hit the like button if you wouldn't mind at all. We would certainly appreciate that. We appreciate all the support tonight. Gosh, you'd think that I had been drinking like old Bilbo was talking about, but I promise I haven't. I got some grape juice here that I am drinking.
Some grape juice.
Yeah, I am forced to drink a little bit of that every night because Brandy tells me that is supposed to keep people from getting the stomach bug. She claims that the grape juice will keep you from getting the stomach bug. So we'll see. So far, we've been doing it for a couple of years, and neither one of us have had the stomach bug. So I probably I need to knock on wood because I'll probably end up with it for sure.
You'll be home tomorrow.
Yeah. We got Renegade Cheetah 2.0 saying he's definitely likes the shirts. Guy's going to get a shirt tonight. We certainly appreciate that, Renegade. And Angie says she ordered long sleeve T-shirt in dark gray as a surprise gift. I think you all will definitely like them. I've got the hoodie on here. Our Talkin VAWLS, our original hoodie on, and it is. I mean, again, I think I say it every single week. They are super, super comfortable. I've always been greatly impressed with the quality of those shirts and hoodies.
I got one of the Raglan baseball sleeve in the state line logo.
Yeah,
and I really like that one. It's good looking.
I think Les is asking what Texas A&M is 3-point percentage. I don't think that is very good. Let me see if I can get it pulled up here. 31% almost is what they're shooting. So
there we go.
Yeah. So not great for sure.
But they'll probably come out on fire and have somebody hit about 8.
Yeah. And they average 69 points a game. So that's what I was thinking, that they're not a very high scoring team. So with the way that Tennessee can play defense, I think that you would have to like their chances Saturday to improve. But we were sitting here last Wednesday night, like I said, thinking that was going to run the table potentially, but darn Bama got us for sure with that. So but you got anything else tonight?
I would rather have an early season reality check than to go just kind of meander through the season, winning games like we had been winning, and not really be tested. This team had some things exposed, like I said, Saturday against Alabama and tonight against Arkansas. And that's I don't think Barnes is the type of coach that he's not going to allow this team to think they're better than they actually are. Put it that way, because you see him even in those games that we won and won big. He's coaching the entire game. He's on Pons or on Vescovi or coaching up the young guys. It's something that I think it's actually good for this team.
Yeah.
than to skate into the conference tournament undefeated and really not having had to play from behind or in a tight game. Tonight that was a good game. Vescovi, horrible shooting tonight from the floor. Comes up big with some clutch foul shots at the end of the game to extend the lead. So it's one of those things. I've said it tonight already. They're 9 games in. 9 games in with a couple of young guys that are contributing big minutes. This team is sort of still finding themselves. Tonight, you look at Victor Bailey, didn't start, came off the bench. So that was an adjustment.
And he came through, was leading scorer. What, do you have 17?
I think somebody else had 17. Was it Keon or Springer? They also had 17.
Let me pull it up here right quick and see. James had 17. Yeah. So but James had 17 and Bailey had 17, Fulkerson 16 and Keon 14. So I mean, typically two of our higher scoring leaders, Pons and Vescovi, only had 6 and 4. So I mean that is one encouraging thing, and that's one thing that we've talked about this basketball team, that on any given night, this team can have somebody step up and be the scoring leader. I mean, they have that potential.
Yeah,
they certainly do.
But I think you are going to have that guy that you can count on to get you buckets when you need them.
Correct. And that's why I was saying I hope that ends up being somebody like James.
It very well could be.
Yeah.
Like you said, he is kind of an anomaly out there.
He's just so big.
He is probably one of the best rebounders on the team. He works well without the ball, and can create not just for himself but for the other guys too.
Yeah.
So that's a really good thing. I think you were getting kind of feeding it to me if I had anything else before we wrapped it up. I was just going to say we were talking about the shirts and the merchandise. We appreciate everybody joining us, hanging out at post game for each week when we do these. But another way you can help support us, obviously the super chats and all that, but buying the merch, sharing out the links, telling somebody about us. The more people we have, check out our videos and the live streams. It helps the channel grow, helps the analytics, and feeds it out to other Vol basketball or football fans. And it's just big help, because that's what we're trying to do, trying to grow this channel and continue to bring in quality content to you guys, because that's what you guys have asked for. And like I said earlier, we are going to have a special national championship game, Talkin VAWLS, 6:30, 7 o'clock this coming Monday, where we talk a little bit about the Alabama and Ohio State game, and then get into some of the stuff going on in Knoxville with the football program.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Indy Kid will be coming down with the Orange Blazer video too. I'm not sure if he's planning on dropping that. I know that he dropped one after the Alabama game on Sunday. I would imagine that he'll probably bring one back either Saturday night or Sunday. Yeah, after the Texas A&M game to talk about Tennessee's win tonight and then Saturday's game as well. So.
And we may try to get the Indy Kid to join us one evening for a post game with us on basketball as well. So you guys can get a little bit of his commentary and thoughts on this team in the live chat, and you can have some fun with him too.
Yeah. Yeah. Les is asking a question here. I'm not really for sure. He says there's some radio guys down in Alabama where he's living. Says I'll think Tennessee's the best team in the SEC, which I still certainly believe that. He said that they're talking about if teams don't have to play in the SEC tournament, do you think Barnes sits Tennessee? So is there talk about maybe not having the SEC tournament? I haven't heard that. I don't know.
I have not heard that as well.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't think that you just want to set a team for a week or two before the NCAA tournament starts with that for sure. So I couldn't imagine that the coaches would be up for that. But we still got a long way to go with all this. I know, just watching that game tonight, watching the ticker scrolling down through there, that's talking about several games. I think maybe on the women's side that was being canceled and stuff like that because of all the COVID and the contact tracing. So I think it's still way too early to even say, because like we've said, you can probably expect that there'll be some games that'll be canceled and have to be rescheduled and so forth like that. So Renegade Cheetah 2.0 said that show's awesome. Following you guys on Twitter. So yeah, we're on Twitter. So
on the Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, and I think there's Periscope and Twitch as well, or something like that. Whatever those are.
Yeah. Dustin's wanting to know where that Lib Roscoe. Dustin, we're actually from the Tri-Cities area up in here, up in the Tri-Cities. So we're up in here in the hills of Northeast Tennessee, is where that we're at. So all that. But Dauber, I think that's all that I've got. Unless you got anything else, buddy. Tennessee,
I'm good.
You're good.
Got the W tonight. Let's roll on to Saturday and head down to College Station and take it to the Aggies.
Take it to the Aggies. I think that two very, very winnable basketball games coming up. Road games. Saturday against Texas A&M. I believe that's a 2 p.m. tip.
Kick. You about said
kick. Lord,
on.
I did say kick, and then I meant tip. A 2 p.m. tip, and then Tuesday night against South Carolina. I believe that's a 7 p.m. tip. So Dauber and I'll be right back here on the Talkin VAWLS Network, talking post-game show Tuesday night after Tennessee takes on South Carolina Gamecocks. So
I like this right here. John Baxter throwing out a challenge to everybody that's in the live chat right now.
There you go, John. We appreciate it, buddy.
Get one or two people. Bring them with you. Tell your mama, tell your grandmama.
Yeah.
Get them on here.
Yeah.
Hey, my mom watches sometimes.
Yeah. I have my family watching some for sure. We certainly appreciate all the support. We wouldn't be on here if it weren't for all of you. We would just sit there and just text back and forth. So, but we certainly appreciate all of the interaction. We appreciate all the super chats, all the comments, everybody that joins the channel. We certainly appreciate it. But we'll be back. We'll be back Monday for sure to do the pregame show for the national championship game. Talk about that, like Dauber said, and talk some about the chaos that's going on down in Knoxville with the football program. And then Dauber and I'll be back here Tuesday night after the South Carolina basketball game. So until then, for Dauber, I'm Vols JP, and go Vols.